Hey everyone, how are you? This is Game 9 of the World Championship match between Lasker and Steinitz. Lasker now has a 2-point lead because he won the last two games. In my opinion, this is the pivotal moment of the match, and one of my favorite games from the match. So we're probably going to break this into two videos, because I think there's a lot of really important things to be gained from this game, and I want to make sure that those two things are presented in separate bite-sized videos. So first question is, this position, black to move. What move should black play here? Pause your video, try to figure it out. Alright, so I'm going to talk about the position now. Well, who's better here? White has some advantage for a few reasons. Number one, white has 2 pawn islands, black has 3. Number two, the b5 pawn is weak, the d6 pawn is weak. Meanwhile, white has no real weaknesses in his camp. So those two things combined just lead to some advantage for white. When your opponent has kind of like a steady, structural, static advantage that isn't going to change anytime soon, it often makes sense to look for active counterplay. And by far the best move here is b4. The thing about b4 is after pawn takes, bishop to f6, white cannot play bishop d4 because of takes and rook to a1. The best move is supposedly rook h to e1, which is surprising. However, black cannot take on b2. If we take with the bishop, king b1 wins the piece. And do you see what happens if rook takes? The move e5 interferes with the defense of the rook and is very annoying. So instead, black should probably just castle. And now, white can take on d6 because of check, king to d2, and everything's safe. However, after bishop to b2, king b1 is not possible because of rook a1. And after king d1, bishop c3, black has clearly enough compensation for the material here and should be able to hold this game. It shouldn't be too hard to draw this, in my opinion. Like if rook e2, check, maybe just bishop takes, and rook c8, and you're up a pawn, but your king is running around, and I do have 3 pieces that can harass it. So the best and easiest way for black to kind of dissolve this position would be b4, and now is the time to play it. Because after the game move, king f7, we're going to flip the board now. No, we won't. We'll flip it next video. Now white can make that move a lot less appealing with the move king to c2. With the idea being that now if b4, we can take and play bishop to d4. What's interesting about this, so I think most modern day players would find b4 at like top 100 in the world, top 500 in the world, honestly. It's just such a natural move. But at that time, I guess it just wasn't so clear to Steinitz's structural disadvantages. But I gave this position as a training puzzle in one of my camps where Awonder Liang played with the black pieces against another kid. Awonder is the world under 10 champion. He also won the world under 8 championship when he had the chance. So he's already 2350, and he's not even 11 yet. However, the position I gave him was king f7, king c2, black to move. And even though b4 is less advantageous than before, he realized that his position is worse, he needs to get some active play, and he played b4 anyway. And it's certainly a reasonable option, because suddenly black does get real active counterplay. I don't remember exactly how the game went, but in the end, actually Awonder won the game, but objectively, I think b4 is still a good move, even when it doesn't work as well as it did if he had played it in the game. But b4 is a key move. So I think tomorrow we're going to pick off the video from this moment, and I really like how the game continued. I thought it was very instructional and just a really interesting game. Thanks guys for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.